Guess what? I'm not Sandra. This is Little Big Old Me. As you might be able to hear the rain that's hanging out at the moment. Sandra. This is Little Big Old Me. As you might be able to hear the rain that's hanging out at the moment. Okay, that's better. I was just hearing myself in duplicate, but we can't have that. So, what we're now doing, of course, is Little Big Old Me live. And unfortunately, because of the weather and a whole lot of other things, Sandra's not able to be here tonight, but that doesn't mean I can't bring you a little bit of her. So first up tonight, we're going to play back the episode from today, episode 3, and for your enjoyment. So let's watch that, then we'll talk about a whole variety of other things. And please, if you wish to chat in the comment or ask questions, just tap in. Thank you very much, and here we go. Episode number 3, Little Big Old Me.
Everybody, how are you out there today? This is Sandra, Little Big Old Me Productions. I just wanted to take this opportunity to speak to people around Australia and the globe. If you have a story that you think is interesting or special to you that you would like to share on our program and to the world, please don't hesitate to contact us. Myself, Sandra at Little Big Old Me. We look forward to hearing from you. Hope you have a great day. Little Big Old Me. So, they say, whoever the hell they are, and it's a bit of a conspiracy, I'm going to find them one day, that if you fill your ice cube trays with hot water, that they freeze quicker. So, we're going to time-lapse and prove this theory, starting with now. I always chill my glasses in the freezer because, you know, I'm a hardened bourbon drinker and that's the way I like it. Lots of ice and nice chilled glasses, not plastic glass, even at the cost or expense of breaking one. So yeah, I'm going to fill these ice cube trays with hot water, put them back in the freezer. I've just washed the glasses, 2 of my other bourbon glasses. Oh, they're in here. And test out that philosophy. Can't call it Mythbusters, so I'll find a different name, but I'll steal the idea. Stay tuned for the result.
You've got to put hot water in one tray and cold water in the other. That way you've got a true test.
No, that's too complicated. I'm just going to do a row of the same and then reverse. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. I'll see you when the results come in. Little Big Old Me is going to get an upgrade. I'm about to go to the hairdressers, take a bit of the fuzz out and get a facial wax because, you know, menopause brings with it some unwanted hairs. But never mind. I'm going to be hairless after this, so I'll think about a Brazilian later. Hey,
Sam, you get me in it, I've got copyright on me.
I'll pay you some royalties.
All right. You pay me royalty.
Hey Sandra, Little Big Old Me. This is a bit karmic. It's been a few months since we did this before. I'm here in Coffs Harbour with Brooke. Oh, sorry, anonymity. Never mind, we can edit that out.
That's all right, I'm joking.
Sorry, I know you are. Having a great day, just getting the works done.
Just come from Whoopee?
Yes, came from Whoopee. Apparently, if you're a local, you're not allowed to call it Woolgoolga. I'm a local, so Whoopee for Whoopee. Yeah, I'm getting this done, go back, put my face on, get dressed up nice, and keep rolling the camera. Do you see me? No, you don't. been to the hairdressers now, completed, on to the next process, and we'll keep you updated. Have a good one. Oopsie daisy. I've been to many places in my life overseas. This place somewhat reminds me of Niagara Falls. I did a trip over to America and my daughter flew in from Canada and I flew over there for her birthday. Went to Buffalo and next stop was Niagara Falls, but it's worth, what I'm trying to say I guess is it's worth going up that old beaten track or taking a diversion. Get out of your comfort zone, and who cares about time and logic? Like, these falls are absolutely amazing. More amazing because of the floods, and I feel bad in saying that, but life is an adventure, and you know, it's taken me a long time to step out of my comfort zone, and I am so grateful that I did, and I'm grateful for the people around me. Thank you. Have a great day. We've just pulled over for directions so we know where we're going. Nigel, God love him, is a law-abiding citizen. Me, I'm trying. Anyway, he goes, no, that's a loading zone. And I go, oh, well, it's okay. And I went, oh, and then I get distracted and I go to take a photograph of some beautiful artwork. And then I happen to say to old matey out the front, what is this building anyway? And he goes, the police station. That's life, better move, gotta hustle. Have a great day. About a month ago, I lived in a shared house just up the road from where I am now, and one of my flatmates walked in, and as the gate opened, a stray dog ran into the yard. Beautiful looking dog, healthy looking dog. You could tell it was somebody's pet, that it wasn't a stray, but where it came from remained unseen, you know. So, and me being a dog lover, my dog's in Newcastle with my children. God love him, I miss him. It makes me feel guilty every time I see him. He knows when I'm leaving, and he goes, grabs his toy straight away. Mum's here, play. You know, and then I leave 10 minutes later, but that's divorce, that's life. Hello, say hello. No collar, obviously it's a pit bull cross something. One of my flatmates' boyfriends reckons it's been abandoned, but I'm not letting him go back out into the road to get run over, so I'm going to contact my landlord, who hopefully might be on Facebook and can put up a post. And if not, I don't know what to do. I can't keep him here, and I'm moving out tomorrow, but I'm going to take care of him and go and get him some food. He's a happy dog, you know, and hence, you know, that, oh, the pit bulls, and oh, don't, you know, be wary of the pit bull. Look at this one. I don't think so. Hey, what's your name? It's got a bit of a, and being a white dog, these sort of dogs often suffer. Well, there's something on its nose, but when the lighter the dog, often the pinker the nose, more susceptible and prone to skin cancers and things like that. But I'm not letting him out the yard. I'm going to try and find where he belongs, and if not, regrettably, real life, I might have to ring the rangers, which is really not what I want to do. I'll go with the other idea first and contact the landlord. Anyways, so I kept this dog, and I lived with 6 other people. So I had to go around and tell everybody, mostly Asian people, Japanese, you know, whatever, one Australian guy, all the rest, all from all parts of the world, Japan, whatever, irrelevant, I guess. Anyway, I'm like, make sure you don't let this dog out the gate. And I rang the owner, and she went, no, that's okay. And we tried to source out where this dog came from, you know. So I rang the person that owned the house, said, are you on Facebook up here? Because I'm not, you know, I don't know anyone up here. I chose that for a reason. Great ideas are born in solitude, you know. Anyways, so Nigel and I, with our ingenuity, managed to solve the case of the missing dog, and I'm so pleased. Like, And it was a bit sad, and it shows you how people, there's all walks of life. You may not agree with what they do, but what had actually happened, the dog someone got into this yard and actually cut the collar off the dog and stole it. It was a pity. He was white, he was beautiful. Best disposition, he was so lovely. Like, honestly, I just wanted to keep him. And funny thing was, my daughter, I said, I do get lonely at times. And she said, Mum, why don't you adopt a pet? And I said, I'm on the road too much, darling. I can't, as much as I'd love to. But part of me wanted to keep this dog, But anyways, we managed to find the owner. We were really pleased. And the lady that owned the dog had said, someone went in the yard and cut the collar off. And it was evident that this had happened. And it made me cranky too, because you could see the dog was well looked after, but I questioned it, and I said to Nigel, something's going on with this. It looks healthy, but it's got a rope burn around its neck. And so then we put posts up and went on the local page here and did other various things. I contacted a vet in different places, and but someone went in the yard, cut the collar off. And then next thing you know, the dog's running around, and I knew I couldn't let that dog back out in the street, that it probably would have got run over, because he was still a puppy, he was only probably 6 months old. So we found the owner, we rang the owner, and it said this number's not taking calls at the moment, and we had places to be and things to do, and I was actually moving that day to set up my tent where I live now, and so it was not good timing, So we took him down to the vets down the road. And the vet said, we close at 11. And I said, aren't you housing animals, in rehabilitation? She went, no, not this weekend, we're not, So we end up taking the dog to the RSPCA at Coffs Harbour. And I told the veterinary nurse that we'd found the owner, but we were unable to contact them. So we're going to do a follow-up anyway and find out, that the dog was returned safely to the family. The lady was absolutely distraught. I'm so glad that, we followed it through and I didn't let him go. And it showed, when she posted up a picture, showed a picture of her newborn, or her baby, about 12 months old, crawling around on the floor and the dog playing. And, she said, he's part of our family and we miss him, So I'm so glad that, there was a happy ending to the story. So it was funny, I managed to contain this dog for nearly a day, or overnight the next morning. Actually, what was funny, I said to Nigel, I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep inside. And some of my flatmates were a bit wary about the dog. One of them was a bit scared, and he's like the Japanese guy, the way he's patting it is standing as far away as he could trying to pat this dog. But I said to him, don't worry, this dog's not going to bite you, I can tell you now, And I've had a couple of dog bites over the years, so yeah, it's the little bastards that are the worst. No offence to anybody. The ones that height, the ankle biters, you think kids are bad. Anyway. So I got it to tracked. So I said to Nigel, I think I might have to sleep outside tonight, because the dog's going to whimper and it's going to bother me housemates and me neighbours and, whatever. And God love Nigel, he said, oh look, I'll sleep out here. I went, okay, fine. Anyways, so next morning get up, dog's really excited to see me, I was excited to see him. I go to put some rubbish in the bin, and what did I do? Left the gate open, the dog got out. So I'm like, no, I'm running up the street trying to catch this dog, and he stopped and he looked at me. It was like he went, ha, I don't think so. And off he went. And I'm like, and I'm a smoker, I've got big boobs. I don't run well, it depends, maybe from the police. But I haven't had to do that for a long time. Anyways, I'm a good girl. These days. Well, yeah, let's not go there. So, there was a guy walking past, exercising, whatever. I called out to him. I said, matey, do you think you can help me out? Try and get that dog, And he went to, and, the dog sort of looked, turned around, so he just pretended he was just walking, doing his thing. And the dog's stopping as they do, pissing on everything, marking their territory. And that was when the guy ended up managing to get him. So he came up, went on the road and came up around in front of him and grabbed him. And I said, hold on to him. And I ran up there. And then I thought, well, how am I going to get this dog back to my house? It was about a couple hundred yards away without the lead, and he's young and he's strong, And then I looked down, and they'd been doing a council tip-out, throw-out. And there was a long electrical lead. I went, beautiful. So I grabbed it, did a slip knot in it, threw it over his neck, walked him back with the lead, and that's how I took him to the RSPCA. It was quite funny. But you learn to improvise, you think on your feet, and I got the dog back, thank God, and he didn't get run over. So, happy ending. Nice to see a happy ending in life. So, yeah. To all the dog lovers out there, if you see a dog out in the road or something, and, you know, just, you know, well, if you're a dog lover, you'll step up to it.
In the chat, there is an image of you in the show's opening package.
Thank you, Nigel.
Where there is a shot of you in the water, and it looks like you don't have
Oh,
any
that's right, no
on.
panties on, yes.
What's the story?
Right, what's the story, Morning Glory, right. So it was Nigel took me down to this place in Newcastle, which is where I'm from, to a place called Glenrock Lagoon, and I can't believe I hadn't been there since I was a kid, but I never fully explored it. So we get there, Nigel goes, you know, you go this way where all the people are walking up the trail. And I went, I'm not going that way. I want to find my own location. And wow, was it amazing, but it was quite treacherous getting down there. Nigel's trying to keep up with me. You know, you can tell in some ways. I said to him, can you tell I'm Indigenous? And he went, yeah. Like, we're going down this rock face. I'm almost abseiling. I've got one leg up here, one leg over here. Bit like Spider-Woman sort of thing, Spider-Man, whatever. Maybe not the safest and most conventional way, but it was worth it. You know, we got down there. We had this amazing waterfall to ourselves. You know, and I've travelled far and wide to go camping and in places like that. And here this place was right in my backyard virtually. It was an amazing experience. I misjudged the depth of the water when I got in and split my knee open, but it was worth it. You know, nothing too major. It was a bit funny because Nigel's standing there on the rock sort of looking at me going, and I'm looking at him going, well, what are you doing, man? Like, you coming in for a swim? He's like, unlike myself, Nigel grew up on farms, but he's not been a camper. And I'm like, come on, like, you know, just get in the water. So bring it back around. We sort of strip off some of our gear. We get in the water. Unfortunately, I had white undies on. And when Nigel showed me the photos, it looked like I wasn't wearing any underwear at all. Whatever. I mean, I just did a naked swim, but it was a bit funny. I'm like, what? You know, it looks like I've got no underwear on. Anyway, it was a bit funny. Nature is what it is, and white's not always the best colour for swimmers, but we do have some white swimmers available as one of our products, ladies, for anybody that's bold enough.
So yes, we have all sorts of products available from our shop, as you can see there. I'll talk about that a bit more later, perhaps. Anyway, so in that video, Sandra was talking about the dog in the yard, which of course we saw previously, and from that point of view, very cute little dog. And of course, I got to sleep with it, and of course that's it on the couch in the back area out there, and that was a rather uncomfortable thing that I got to sleep on. But it was, you know, a hot summer's night, so in that respect it was okay, and I can't say that the dog wasn't restless, though. He was certainly looking to go home, but, you know, you get that. And earlier on in the program we also saw, of course, Sandra having a... I lost a photo. Where'd the photo go? No, I can't see it. Doesn't matter. Sandra, of course, chilling glasses in the fridge, as she does whenever she has a place long enough to be able to do that, because she is a bit of a gypsy. Goes all over the place, our Sandra. But that's the way that she is, and I guess that's what makes her very much special. Now, a bit earlier this week, we put up onto Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and think that was it, yeah. A little video that we shot up at Mount Sugarloaf, inviting you guys all to put your favourite meme there, but we didn't get, well, any response, but you get that. Anyway, what I'll do is I'll play that video again, and just to sort of bring you up to speed with what I'm talking about.
Good morning, this is Sandra. How is everybody doing? This morning I'm at Mount Sugarloaf in Newcastle. It's a bit west of Edgeworth, Cardiff, to those that might know the area. We thought we'd come out here today and show you some of the beautiful scenery featured in my hometown. And one of the things we'd like to feature in our program this week is favourite memes. So I'm going to tell you what my favourite meme that I posted and shared with you all this week was. It was, you are not just one in a million, you are one in a lifetime. And it's a good thought for everybody out there to believe that you're special and you can have a special life and deliver extraordinary things to yourself and to your life. Why be, ordinary if you can do something extraordinary? So on that note, I'd like to suggest to everybody that if you'd like to send in your favourite meme to our program, we will feature it on Wednesday nights for our live stream to Twitch, and we could discuss it further. So please feel free to send in your memes and join us for a conversation on Twitch, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Have a great day.
Sandra, little big old me, continuing my journey and story. I relocated to my little beautiful beachside town 4 weeks ago.
Okay, I'll try that all again because obviously I didn't unmute the microphone, which was pretty silly. So I don't even know how far we got. So we were talking before about the dog on the couch. So yeah, that was the dog on the couch that where I slept there when we looked after the dog. And it was a restless, hot summer's night, but that's all pretty good. So from there, we played the memes video, and of course we talked about the Facebook side of things, of course, and that's where, if you do in fact have a meme, if you could look at posting it up onto our Facebook page so that we could talk about it and give you a bit of airtime if you like even. In fact, if you do have a story, as Sandra said earlier on, we'd love to hear about it. Okay, so now as I was saying, but you weren't hearing because some doofus forgot to turn the microphone on. Sandra became a little fruit picker and relocated earlier this year to a place called Woolgoola, and we're just going to hear a bit of that story, which we haven't yet played to anyone. So yeah, here we go.
Sandra, little big old me, continuing my journey and story. I relocated to my little beautiful beachside town 4 weeks ago this week. So I lined up my plans, got a job as a fruit picker on a berry farm, and also lined up accommodation. I thought if I'm going to make a change, things have to flow and be smooth, and why go from one bad situation to another, be confident and have all your, plan all the steps beforehand. But as we all know, life doesn't always go that way, and boy don't I know it. So I had a little delay upon, when I went to leave Newcastle, I had a few other things I had to take care of, unexpected things, family matters, as we all do in life. So, which was turned out to be a good thing. In life you can plan things all you want, and life throws you a curveball, as they say, and boy did I get a curveball. It kept going round and round the opposite direction, but I've gotten through it. So I'll go back a little bit now. So I got a job at a blueberry farm, and what I was promised and how much money I'd make, I was like, wow, but I'd never done anything like that before, and I thought I'm going to take a risk. It failed miserably, but it's okay. I came up here to focus on me. It wasn't so much about money. I had a really good job. I earned $1,900 in my last pay. I quit that job to come up here to get $19 in my first pay here. So I guess you sort of can gauge the extremities of that. Good thing I paid my rent 3 weeks up ahead of time. Not immediately though, so I organised accommodation. I'll move along a bit further. But with my delay, I didn't ring my new prospective landlord until I got here. And when I got here, I rang her and she went, oh, I've given that room away. I didn't hear from you. So I was like, oh my God, and I was so tired, I just wanted to lay in a bed and go to sleep somewhere. So I hung around at the beach, of course. That wasn't so bad. Went to the bottle shop maybe once or twice. Never mind. And tried to get other accommodation, and everything failed. Everything. I tried numerous other share houses. One lady I even pissed her off within the first 2 minutes. She said, yes, I've got a room, but it's not available till tomorrow. And I'm like, well, I don't care if the bed's not made. I'll make the bed. I'm really tired. I've driven a long way. I just want to get somewhere. Well, she hung up on me. Part of me wanted to seek her out, but I went, you have to behave yourself. This is a new you, Sandra. Anyways, so I rang another guy. He said, no, there's no accommodation. I rang motels, I rang caravan parks. But going into the bottle shop actually was where I ended up getting my accommodation, not in the bottle shop itself. That would have been nice. It was the guys in the bottle shop. When I told them about my problem with accommodation, they said, have you tried Diggers? And I'd been to Diggers Rest Motel across the road from Diggers, but no one answered the bell. Tried ring the number, no one answered the number. This was a series of events with a number of places. And they said, and then they said, no, you've got to go to the club and go in. They take over and man the phones for the accommodation after hours. So I went in there, not a problem, got accommodation, fantastic. Now my boss with the berry picking, you normally car share, and I get a message asking, can I take this particular person to work? And so she rings me, and I said, oh, I was supposed to stay at that house, but my room got given away. And she goes, oh, I think that might have been the room I'm in. And she said to me, you can share the room with me. So I'm thinking, this person sounds a bit hectic, and I'm trying to get away from hectic and quiet my life down and be more productive. But I thought, go out on a limb. So I went around the house to meet this lady. Well, I can't call her a lady, but never mind. I shouldn't be nasty. I'm not being nasty. It was just like, I was like, wow, this person's 10 times more even hectic than me. And I went, I just can't do it. But I was sitting there being polite all the same. Funny enough, the landlord happens to come over who lived next door. She owns a number of houses. And she's gone, oh, you just decided to take the share room. And I went, no, I haven't. I looked at her and gave her that little look that you try and give someone, and when you don't know them so well, it depends whether they're paying attention. She went, would you like to come inside and have a chat? I went, oh, yes, please. So I go inside, and it was a bit funny. And she's gone, you don't want to share a room with that girl? And I went, no, I do not. So she said, I've got another house, but the room won't be available till Monday. I said, that's fine. I've already paid for 3 days accommodation. She said, would you like to come down and have a look? And I went, yes. And then she's gone, I don't really blame you, you know. Anyway, it's a bit like a lucky dip when you're renting out rooms to total strangers. You just don't know what you're going to get. And she calls that house the zoo. And I knew I couldn't stay in the zoo, you know. It's, you know, I've been to many zoos, real ones and ones with people in them. So come Monday, would you believe that the room that I took was this sexy Chilean surfer, damn it. And he was leaving the day I got there. I was like, damn, you know. It's been a long time in between drinks, you know. Anyways, but I was able to go to the house, but I had to wait till like 7 o'clock at night until I got my room. And I was so grateful, you know. They say everything happens for a reason, and in this case I truly, truly believe it was meant to be, you know. And I'm like, part of me's going, why? I just want to lay down, I want to go to sleep. And I'm so glad that I had to wait it out those few extra hours, whatever, 3 days as well. I love where I live. It's got a huge bathtub, and I love baths. It's got a nice outdoor area, and there's just a real, I don't know, a peaceful aura there, you know. And as noisy as I have been, I'm learning to slow down. I walk slower. I'm trying to be mindful because I'm living with people from all different cultures. So that's really, really a learning curve and growing experience for anybody. I mean, I've travelled overseas. I'm Indigenous and Islander. And I mix with any people. I don't care. I don't judge, you know, whatever their gender, whatever, you know, their status. And that's one thing I've always done. But to actually live in that environment is it can be challenging, but it's also very, very humbling. I guess I was going to talk about the work. Well, the work is, you can probably imagine, I said I got $19 for my first pay, so trying not to spend it all at once was the hardest thing. Anyway, but ultimately it wasn't about the work, it was about me healing myself and finding myself. Money can change a lot of things, but it can't really change who you are inside. That comes down to the individual and how much you want to be a different person, how much you want to grow, you know. And anybody that thinks that they know everything has very little, you know, a small mindset and a lot to learn. And I know there's so many things in this world that I want to discover, learn, and more adventures to be had. And, you know, I have to love myself first to be able to love life more, and in turn love my family more, and for them to believe in me, because there have been many times that I've, you know, actually a song comes to mind, Pink, one of my icons, idols, whatever. You know, what about us? You know, what about all the times you said you had the answers, and, you know, you sold us down the river too far, and I'm guilty of that, I can admit it. A lot of people mightn't, but for growth and, you know, I don't know, personal, I'm a lost for words here. Just, you know, it's okay to admit your faults and to get constructive criticism. And, you know, if you want to build yourself up, you have to take those little knockbacks or, you know, criticisms in order to grow and blossom. And I'm nearly a whole rose bush. Can you see? Thank you.
Yes, so as you can see, Little Big Old Me has got a whole lot of different opportunities of different things that you could purchase from our store. So yeah, as I said before, Sandra unfortunately is not able to be here tonight, and of course I'm the Nigel that she refers to in all the other situations. And of course we travel and we find places to show you about. Coming up in the not too distant future is in fact things. We go on a balloon, a hot air balloon. That's a pretty exciting one. Next week's episode is more about Sandra's photo shoot, which was quite an interesting experience for her, and certainly boosted her confidence. In fact, if you're a person that is into being photographed, well, perhaps paying for such an opportunity could be something that's really worthwhile for you to consider doing, because it certainly boosts one's ego in a nice way, So next week we'll actually be looking at that in the program with Sandra. Now, of course, other things that you may have seen previously if you've been watching, we do have photos that we take as we travel around Australia, and I'll run the ad to give you a little bit of a clue, and then we'll just have a bit of a look at the photo shop. Yeah, so as you can see there are some of the photos that you're able to visit. Now, of course, I'll just post up the store link so you can get our merch from the store. And of course, if you go to the About section in Twitch here, you'll see that we've got the shopping and the photo shop there available. Now, all of our videos are transferred to YouTube, so you can watch them at any point. And of course, we'd love to hear you on Facebook if you'd like to sort of add your meme to it. And certainly with future episodes, we will be in fact adding some other things that you can interact with, because we like to, I guess, make it as interesting as possible. So a short episode tonight, so once again I apologise for having to put up with me rather than the sweet, gorgeous sounds of Sandra. But hopefully, all things being well, she'll be back next week to us for your pleasure, for your viewing pleasure. So thank you again, and we'll see you next week.